And now let's shift our focus to Turkey. On Wednesday night, just as we were about to wrap the show, the president of Turkey made an admission that may be a tad bit too late. Speaking in Kahramanmaraş, the worst hit city in this tragedy, Erdogan acknowledged that there were shortcomings in Turkey's response to the earthquake. He said that there were indeed some problems in the first place, that the people faced some difficulties. But things are slowly getting better, he says.
On the first day, of course, there were some difficulties. But then on the second day and today, the situation was under control. And from now on, our work on the debris is continuing. But on the other hand, our Ministry of Environment and Urbanization will hopefully start the cleanup. We had some problems in some places. In the first stage, we had problems on the roads. But we're more comfortable today. We will be more comfortable tomorrow. I believe that we will be more and more comfortable. There are some minor problems regarding fuel and so on.
West Seneca Town Supervisor Gary Dixon. This earthquake, according to the USGS, centered right in the town of West Seneca.
Yep, 3.8 quake. Gary, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Can you tell us what you felt there in West Seneca?
Well, I was home working on my computer, and we felt this sharp crash, almost an explosion, and I thought something had blown up. I mean, the house shook. I went outside looking for, I live on Union Road, I went outside looking for some big truck that had crashed or transformer that had exploded. I was listening to our fire radio. I didn't hear anything. It was something. I've never, I grew up in Los Angeles. I never felt an earthquake that was that sharp. They usually last for seconds.
The U.S. Geological Survey has given us coordinates, Gary, of where they believe the epicenter was, roughly around where Indian Church Road meets Mineral Springs Road. Are you aware, are you in touch with the police department, emergency services? Are you aware of any issues, any damage that might have come out of this?
No, I'm not. And our police had tweeted out, something about the earthquake, and people are posting, and I haven't heard any damage. But I think people should look at any brickwork that they have or something like that for cracks, because you never know.
Yeah, it's probably unclear to so many. These are not native to the area. It's unknown what kind of damage could be, affecting structural, parts of the home and whatnot. What's your advice to people right now as they're, getting ready for work, they're getting out of bed, and they're thinking, what in the world just happened?
I would just suggest that people walk around their house and just, take a look at in your basement if there's any pipes broken or if you hear anything. I don't think there would be any serious structural damage unless perhaps there were already problems. But, you just take a glance around the house, make sure everything's okay.
In the coming maybe minutes and hours, can you tell us if you have teams kind of out and about taking a look around and just to make sure that there are no issues?
Well, we will have our police department will be out. People will start driving. We have not received any information about any damage, but we'll certainly be on the lookout for it.
Okay. All right. Anything else you think people need to know as we, continue to learn more about this 3.8 earthquake that hit the Western New York area, but specifically the center of it right there in West Seneca?
Well, we've had record snowstorms. Now we have a strong earthquake, and Western New York is tough. Hopefully the locusts aren't next.
Hey, Gary, you mentioned you grew up in the L.A. area. People out there, of course, are much more aware of earthquakes, something that part of the country certainly deals with maybe on a more regular basis. People here in Western New York, well, we do have the fault lines. Maybe it's not so much at the forefront of their mind. I guess just being from out west, what advice would you have for people in terms of dealing with this in the after hours of something like this? You mentioned making sure you check the brick, making sure that you do that due diligence.